Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are cracking the code on a word you hear all the time, something that literally powers your world: algorithms. And I know, it sounds kind of complicated, but you're about to see that it's actually an idea you already use every single day.
This quote from our source material really hits the nail on the head. Just think about your morning. You follow a recipe to make coffee, you follow a map to get to work. Your life is just filled with these step-by-step lists.
And that's exactly what we're going to do today. We are going to pull back the curtain on this idea of an algorithm and show you that it's not only something you already get, it's something you're already an expert at using.
All right, let's dive right in. And we're going to start with a simple and kind of delicious example to see exactly how this works. So, imagine you have to give instructions to a robot, and this robot takes everything you say absolutely literally. It can't guess what you mean, it can't assume anything. You have to be super, super specific. So what would you actually tell it to do? Well, our source gives us this 11-step process, and just look at how detailed it is. 500 milliliters of water, stir for 10 seconds, 95% full. Every single step is in a very specific order, it's incredibly precise, and if you follow it, you get a very specific result: a perfect cup of hot chocolate. And that's it. That is all an algorithm is. It's not some crazy, complex piece of digital magic. It's just a recipe, a clear, ordered list of instructions that's designed to get a job done. Okay, so if an algorithm is just a recipe, what makes it a good recipe? Well, it turns out that for a computer, which, remember, can't think for itself, that recipe has to follow some very strict rules. And to see why, let's try a quick little experiment from the textbook. Go ahead and pause for a second, grab a piece of paper, and just try to follow these 5 instructions. Come on, give it a shot.
Okay, you do it? Now, if you did this with a friend, I am willing to bet your drawings look completely different from each other. So why? What went wrong? Well, the instructions were just too vague. How long is a diagonal line? Where exactly does the curvy line go? There's just way too much room for interpretation. And this right here, this is the fundamental difference between talking to a person and giving instructions to a computer. A computer can't ask you what you mean. It will follow those vague instructions literally, which is why, as you can see here, when you have vague input, you get chaotic output.
So, to avoid that kind of chaos, any good algorithm has to meet these 5 criteria. And our little drawing experiment just showed exactly why being clear and unambiguous is so, so important. For a computer, there can only be one possible way to interpret an instruction. All right, so now we know the rules for what makes a good algorithm. But here's where it gets really interesting. There are trade-offs, because it turns out not all good algorithms are created equal. Sometimes you have to make a choice between getting an answer quickly and getting the best possible answer. So the first way we measure an algorithm's quality is something called precision. This is all about being accurate and reliable. A high-precision algorithm is going to give you a successful, correct result every single time. Let's go back to our cake recipe analogy. The one on the left, that's super imprecise. What ingredients? How much do I mix? For a first-time baker, that's just a recipe for disaster. But the one on the right is high precision. It's detailed, it's specific, and it's way more likely to give you a perfect cake. Okay, the second measure is called order. And this one's a lot simpler. It's basically just the total number of steps it takes to finish. The fewer the steps, the lower the order, and the faster the whole thing gets done. So let's look at 2 different algorithms for choosing an outfit. This first one is lightning fast. It's got a really low order, only 5 steps. Bam, you're dressed and out the door. But is it precise? Is that outfit actually going to look good? Probably not. Now, look at this second version. This thing takes way more steps. It has a very high order. You'd be stuck in your room all morning. But this algorithm is way more precise. It absolutely guarantees you will find the best possible outfit from your wardrobe. And there it is. You see the trade-off. Do you want an answer fast, which is low order, or do you want the best possible answer, which is high precision? For a Google search, you want speed, but for landing a rover on Mars, you need absolute precision. So algorithms aren't always just written out as a list of text. To really plan out the logic, especially when you're dealing with complex problems, programmers need a way to visualize the plan, kind of like an architect's blueprint. And that blueprint is called a flowchart. These are its basic building blocks. Every shape has a specific job. You've got ovals for the start and end, rectangles for actions, and this is the really important one, diamonds for decision points, where the algorithm's path can actually change.
So here's a simple but really classic example from the textbook. How do you slop the milk in one container with the water in another? Right? You can't just pour them into each other. The flowchart shows the logic perfectly. You need a third, temporary container. It just makes the step-by-step thinking so easy to follow at a glance.
Okay, so why does all of this actually matter? How do these simple ideas, these recipes, these rules, these flowcharts connect to the incredibly powerful technology you use every single day?
50 million. That is roughly how many individual instructions, how many lines of code are in an operating system like Microsoft Windows. And every single one of those lines is part of a recipe. And altogether, they form this massive, incredibly complex web of algorithms, all built on the same basic principles of steps, rules, and decisions that we've just been talking about.
So think about it. Every app on your phone, every website you visit, every game you play, at their heart, they are all just recipes. Some are really simple, some are unbelievably complex, but they're all just step-by-step instructions. And that's really the big idea here. Understanding algorithms isn't just about understanding technology. It's the very first step to being able to create it yourself.